So today's topic is special purpose diodes. So in that we see about Zener diode. So Zener diode symbol is this one, right? So one arrowhead like, and then it is followed by Z symbol. Because of this Z symbol only, we can say that we can identify it easily as Zener diode. Okay, so we can remember it easily. And here this arrowhead, right, this arrowhead is anode and this C symbol represents the cathode. So this is having two electrodes, okay, or two terminals here, anode and a cathode. This is the symbol. Then what is the application? Why do we go for this Zener diode? What is the main advantage, application or use of Zener diode? As it is providing the stable output voltage, okay, stable or a constant, so that can be used in the power supplies, voltmeters and other instruments. Okay, they all need this kind of constant output. Stable can also be this stable, right? So I am talking about stable. Stable means it would be providing constant output, right? So that is the application of major application of Zener diode. For that purpose it is mainly used. Okay, right. So first we see what is a Zener diode. It is actually a PN junction diode only. It is a PN junction diode only. Okay, so it consists of P-type material and N-type material. They combine together to form a PN junction. But its working is different. Okay, its working is different and it works mainly in the reverse breakdown region. That is the important thing of this Zener diode. Okay, so it is not an ordinary PN junction diode. It is a specially made special purpose diode. It is meant mainly for providing a stable output or a constant output, and that too it works in the reverse breakdown region only. It is mainly working. So for understanding this concept, okay, so what is this reverse breakdown, something like that. To understand this concept we should go for this VI characteristics of the Zener diode. So what is VI characteristics? We know what is V. V is voltage, I is the current. Okay, so we have to see the voltage current relationship graph. So here you see this is forward voltage. What is VF? VF represents forward voltage. Okay, what is IF? It is forward current. So it is during the forward bias condition. We know what is a forward bias condition, isn't it? You must be knowing what is a forward bias condition, or else I am explaining you what is forward bias. So forward bias means if you have any diode like this is your anode and this is cathode, and then we represent this is a positive terminal, this is a negative, like this is a PN junction, right? Okay, so this is positive, negative, P type and N type material. So we need not represent it like plus and minus. Instead we can represent it using P type and the N type. So usually this would be connected, if it is connected to a battery like this. Okay, the positive terminal of the battery, this is your positive terminal, this positive terminal of the battery, this is the negative terminal. So if the positive terminal is connected to P-type material and the negative terminal is connected to N-type material, then we call it as a forward biased. Okay, so in this forward bias it simply acts as a PN junction diode. Simply it acts as the PN junction diode. We are talking about the Zener diode, right? So in the forward bias condition it simply acts as a PN junction diode, but it is also having the reverse bias condition. Okay, it is also having the reverse bias. So what we do during the reverse bias, that also we know, right, isn't it? So reverse bias condition means if you have a diode like this, so this is, we know that this is your P-type material and this is your N-type material, and when you are connecting this with the battery, it should be connected like this, right? So what it is actually, here it is the negative terminal, this is the positive terminal, isn't it? So this p-type material is connected to the negative terminal and the n-type material is connected to the positive terminal. So in the opposite polarity it is being connected, then we call it as a reverse bias condition. So when you connect this diode, that is the Zener diode, in the reverse bias mode, okay, at that time what would happen actually, here we represent it this as VR, that is reverse voltage, and here we represent this as IR, okay, that is reverse current. So y-axis represents reverse current, x-axis represents reverse voltage. So this should be drawn in the third quadrant. For reverse bias we are showing it in the third quadrant of the graph, and the forward bias will be shown in the first quadrant, isn't it? First quadrant of the graph. This is in the third quadrant, we draw it, okay, right, because this is the negative voltage actually, we are giving the negative voltage, here we will be giving the positive voltage for the forward bias, okay. So during reverse bias, up to certain voltage, okay, up to certain voltage, that is your VZ, till VZ the current will be very low, IR current will be, reverse current will be very low. Once it crosses this knee point, this can be called as a knee, okay. When it crosses this knee point, the voltage will be remaining same, the voltage will be constant, but the current rises rapidly, it increases suddenly, okay. So we have the rapid rise or increase in the current, okay. So this kind of operation is being utilized for providing constant output voltage. So this particular portion, okay, so this particular portion of this operation is used for Zener diode as a voltage regulator, okay. So now we see what is happening here, that is what I explained already. As VR increases, that is the reverse voltage increases, okay. First we are increasing the reverse voltage, and this IR will be less, okay, IR is less, or it is almost the constant up to the knee point, that is important. So after the knee point or at the knee point, the breakdown occurs, the breakdown effect occurs, okay. So because of this breakdown, what happens, this IR reverse current, that is here also given as IZ, Zener current, okay, this is also called as actually it is the reverse current that is mentioned as a IZ. IZ is, what is the meaning of IZ? IZ is the Zener current, okay. So this Zener current actually increases rapidly, very high current will be there. But what happens here, the Zener Z decreases. What is Z? That is the impedance of the Zener diode, okay. The impedance of the Zener diode decreases, that's why this VZ will be remaining as a constant or a stable, this remains stable, okay. This is the principle of operation of this Zener diode, okay. Now we go to the next topic. The next topic is types of reverse breakdown. Actually we have two types of breakdown in the reverse, okay. During reverse bias, two types of breakdown can occur. The first type is Zener breakdown, the second one is the avalanche breakdown. So for how do we differentiate the Zener breakdown and the avalanche breakdown? Only with the help of this thing. For this Zener breakdown, we have to do high doping. Doping, we know what is doping. Doping means adding impurities, isn't it? Adding impurities to the pure semiconductor, that is called doping. Okay, so the doping should be high, and the V is the Zener breakdown voltage, right? This is VZ is the Zener knee voltage or breakdown voltage. That should be less than 5 volts. Then it is called as Zener breakdown. The second type is avalanche breakdown. What is that avalanche breakdown? For that, the doping should be very low, and the VZ is greater than 5 volts. So the breakdown for this Zener diode can occur from 1 volt to 250 volts. That depends on the condition in the manufacturing. Okay, so that would happen. Then we see about this reverse breakdown in detail. Okay, so we are talking about the reverse breakdown, so only the third quadrant only I have taken. So in this VR, that is the reverse voltage, and IR, the reverse current is taken. And if you see here, from here to here, isn't it, from here to here, so when we go from here to here, what is happening up to this point, right? So this VR is increasing, the VR is increasing, but how much increase we can see, the IR is very much less, okay, almost constant, but VR increases up to this point, from 0 to this much the VR increased, okay, but IR is very small increase, rise in a very small rise in IR, okay. And after that it reaches the knee point. So here it reaches the knee point. So once it reaches the knee point, what happens, that current we can take it as IZK, okay, Zener knee current. So Z represents this Zener, and this K represents knee, and this I represents the current, okay, Zener knee current, okay. So when it reaches the Zener knee current, it rapidly increases, sudden rise, but very small rise in this VR, okay, small change in VR, but what happens, a large change from this IZ to IZK to IZ maximum, a lot of change, okay, in the current, okay. So current increases rapidly after knee point. That knee point corresponds to breakdown, okay. But what happens to the voltage? Voltage VR, that is maintained constant, so it would be stable, almost stable, okay. So in between, this current can be taken as the Zener test current, and here this is VZM is the Zener maximum current, okay, like that we can have, this is the maximum current, this one, so this is your maximum, that is I, right? So this I is ZM. So we have three parameters given here in I. One is I is K, that is the starting, okay, Zener knee current. Then the second one is IZ, that is the Zener test current, okay. The third one is the IZM. IZM is the Zener maximum current. So these three currents are available here, okay. Now we go for the next. We are going to find out the Zener impedance for this reverse bias or Zener breakdown. So how to find out the impedance? The formula here you see, R is Z, okay. So what is R is Z? R is Z is that Zener, or okay, this R is the resistance or the impedance. We can also take it as the resistance or the impedance. So it is the resistance of the Zener diode. That's why we mention it as R is Z. So that is V by I. We know that resistance is V by I. But here we have the change. That del represents what? Change. How much change occurs in the V is Z, that is the Zener voltage, to the change in the Zener current, okay. So here, from here to here, will be having the del, this much only change occurs, right? After knee point, if you take from here to here, that is your del VZ. But that is, you mark some point here, okay. So you will be marking some point on the slope, this line. So I will draw once again. So if we see this as, okay, sorry. if you see a graph like this, then you will be having something like this, isn't it? Okay, so this is your, actually this is your, the current, rapid current flow is described by this, isn't it? So here it would be having some slope, this would be having some slope. So we'll take some point, 2 points here, and corresponding current value we will be notifying the change in current value, that would be taken as del I z. Similarly, we will be notifying the corresponding change in the voltage. So this smaller voltage is del Vz. So when you put the ratio of uh, del Vz to del Iz, then you will be getting this RZ, Zener resistance or Zener impedance will be getting. Okay, so this we should know. So one problem is given. What is the Zener impedance if the Zener diode voltage changes from 4.79 volts to 4.94 volts when the current changes from 5 milliamps to 10 milliamps? So it is very clearly given. Direct question is asked, what is the Zener impedance? So you have to find out RZ value, and what is given, the Zener voltage is given, but it is changing voltage. So del Vz we have to find out first. Similarly, this is the current, right? It is changing, so we have to find out del Iz. If you find out this del Vz, del Iz, from that we can find out this RZ. So what is del Vz? If you calculate, you can calculate it like this, isn't it? So it is 4. If you check, it is 4.94 volts minus, because it is the change, right? Minus this 4 point, that is maximum minus minimum, that's it. Maximum voltage minus this minimum voltage of this change, okay, the change in voltage. So here it is 4.94 minus 4.79 volts. Then what is the current change? Current changes, it is 5 milliamps to 10 milliamps. So we know it is 5 milliamps. So that's what given here, 5 milliamps, and the change in voltage is 0.15 volt. It is 0.15 volts. Now we can go for finding the impedance. Okay. So this R is Z we can find out. What is this R is Z? That is del Vz by del Iz. That is the formula. Just simply we know that R is equal to V by I. So that formula here we give. Okay. So that is 0.15 we have already found out, divided by 5 milliamps. 5 milliamps can be written as how the 5 milliamps can be written? 5 milliamps is equal to, in terms of amperes we have to write. So it is minus 3 amps. 5 into 10 power minus 3 amps. So if you substitute, then you will be getting this as the answer. So R is that value is 30, that is 30 ohms. That is the answer for this. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you.